Good day, my friends. How is everybody doing today on this beautiful Wednesday? Beautiful Wednesday. Beautiful Wednesday. I'm telling you. Loving me some hump day right now. I don't know why I'm in a chipper mood. Just ignore my happiness if you're in a bad place. Or better yet, get happy yourself. Ain't nothing we can do but just focus on our own journey to keeping us in a good mood and energized and pushing forward. Not that we're going to be a fake happy, but try to lift yourself up, so to speak, because nobody else is going to help you out. I'll be straight. You might have a few people in your life that will support you and lift you up when you need it most. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's on you to push yourself hard. Especially when it comes to this industry. Only you can hold yourself accountable in this business. I'm just going to get that out of the way right now. Only you can. You will never have somebody 24/7 watching over your shoulder, holding your fingers as you click your mouse, click, 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 and you make bad decisions in the marketplace. You are the one that is doing that. If you're on a bad streak, just stop what you're doing, cut the bleeding off, just stop, reassess your situation, reassess your mind. What are you going through right now? What is happening with you mentally? Because that's all it is. It really is. Calm down. It sucks because everybody needs to be somewhere now. But everybody has different timelines in their path. Enough about that. Let's get into it. No pre-market video today. I apologize. I was on the phone most of the morning with one of my children. They were having some issues, I could say. So, parents got to take care of business, you know. Alright, market's been open for a couple hours now. Wednesday, August 21st, 2024. What's going on? What's happening? What are we looking like? What happened with my game plan? You know, why are things not going my way? You know, what could they be setting up? Who knows? Me, I just come in and I take a look. I like to come in and say, okay, what happened with what idea I had the other day? So yesterday we were looking at the NASDAQ. Let's pull up the NASDAQ. Interesting enough. Don't know why I'm on the monthly time frame. Clean up that mess. And we're sitting right where we were yesterday. Wonderful. And we had gone over in depth our discussion on what happened with the NASDAQ this past month. And we were explaining it. And it's sitting steady right now. Same spot. It done its deed. Now, price has paused for a whole day. Yesterday, you can see this ever so small red candle there. In that area. Right there in the center, you can see that really small, eensy-beensy red candle. That was Tuesday, August 20th. That was everything that happened on the NASDAQ Tuesday, August 20th. Looks like a whole lot of nothing to me. What does that mean? What that's telling you is that is indecision. Okay? So price didn't go up, it didn't go down. It pretty much just stayed right there for 24 hours. A trader's worst nightmare, right? Or it could be an inclination to something. What it could be telling us, just go off what you see. I'm telling you, friend, that's all you got is what you see. You cannot see how much money's on the table. They'll never give out those numbers. Order flow, prove me wrong. Please. Order flow traders, prove me wrong. Please. I'm begging you. Prove me wrong. That is just one part of trading, looking at orders. True money we'll never be able to see. So I tell myself that because I don't know how shady the industry is or not. So I just give myself the benefit of the doubt and say, I don't know how much money's on the table. And I speculate as to where there could be money at the table. So when I see price make this itty bitty red candle that it did yesterday, this little red pin bar candle, little wick up, little wick down, didn't do a whole lot of nothing. A nothing burger candle, as somebody I love would say. It has done nothing. So that means there's indecision. Why is there indecision? It had gone up, it had stopped out some people over here, and now it's making an indecision on whether it's going to continue higher to get some money here and here from people that have their stop losses up there, or if it's taken enough money on the short side and now it's going to punish everybody who's been buying this move up, and then punish them and make them be negative on their balance or on their position, so to speak. So when I see an indecision, it's kind of giving me an inclination of, okay, perhaps there might change direction here because they haven't decided one way or other. So I prepare for the trend to possibly change. Okay? So when I'm watching this, I'm just looking at it and saying, okay, if I'm in a long right now, or I'm in a buy right now, I'm going to hold here. There's no reason for me to sell here. It hasn't proven to me that it's going to continue down. Okay? If I see price, this is me talking to myself. If I see price come down here, wiggle up, and then come down again, okay, I'm out. I'm selling. If I had bought here, I'm selling there. If I see it start coming back against me, I'm not going to let it come all the way against me. I'm going to get out and I'm going to reassess there with money in my pocket. You have to play like that, because the moment you say, oh, it'll continue up, that's the moment that it rips it down and you're in a drawdown on your position. So, funny enough, the candle today, it's starting to sell off a little bit. Okay? So what do we do now if we're looking at today, the rest of the day? We zoom in a little bit. We look at the 4-hour time frame. Okay. Okay, so we see this, okay. There could be a possible little gap below us. So perhaps we might want to fill that little gap. Not sure why it's taking a minute for the chart to pull up. Because of the network, interesting enough. So you see there was this, okay, here it is. So you see, I'll show you here. There's a little gap right here, okay? Now this is zoomed in a little bit on the 4-hour time frame. Ah, okay, now I have a little bit better idea of what might be going on today. So today, what I'm thinking is I'm just thinking, okay, what's the most probable area that it would go to? Well, most likely, it looks like it had an indecision yesterday because it'd like to come down and fill this gap. And looking at that, I don't see any other gaps below us on the 4-hour time frame. So we might want to move up and fill out this gap over here. Now, watching a couple of my videos, you might think, well, all you do is you just trade the gap to the gap. That's not the case. Gaps are just used as points of reference to say, okay, there's an imbalance there. There was no price action to happen in that moment. So the market and the algorithm tends to like to cover the board, so to speak, to see if anybody's interested anywhere. They want to fill all parties and punish all parties at the same time. That's why I look at gaps as points of interest. So if I see price, let's clear this up. So if I see the price today come down to this gap, okay, the market had just showed its hand to me. The market just revealed its decision. Because there's a little gap here, there's a little gap here. And if the market moves down to that today, tomorrow morning, the market just showed its hand to me. The market told me, hey, we're going to go fill down these here before we do anything else. And from there, you can speculate, okay, if they attacked the longs first, if they attacked all the buyers first, you know when you come to the market that it's going to attack everybody. This sounds vicious, but this is how you tend to have to think. If you want to have everybody lose in order for you to win, if you feel like you are the worst investor / trader out there, then the only business model you can go off of is everybody losing and you winning, because that's the only way you can win. Seems crazy, right? That's the most success I have had in the market lately, is by having that thought process of how can everybody lose and I be one of the few only winners? Because I have the most ridiculous idea in mind. Punish everybody, and I'm taking the position against everybody. But I wait for the market to show me who's gonna get attacked first. So if I see the market come down here and attack the buyers first, I'm looking to buy. I'm looking to buy here and here at the gaps. Where am I looking to sell? I'm getting out right here immediately. Don't tell me you can't make money on that move. You can make money on that move. Why would I get out so quick? Because I don't know if they're going to fully intend to recover this gap or continue downwards. But my plan would be, if we came down here first to fill out these gaps, they attack the longs. They generally keep switching teams. So as soon as they attack the longs, they're going to attack the shorts. Because price is going to go down and people are going to start selling and shorting and all their stops are going to be up here, and we're going to buy as they're selling. And when price wicks back up tomorrow, the next day after, to punish everybody who's been shorting that move, we get paid. Because we're not greedy. We get out quick. When we in the money, we get out. We don't play. That's kind of an analogy and a way of looking at the market too. But those were just my follow-up thoughts on the NASDAQ. Looking at the S&P today, on the daily, looking beautiful. The S&P carried up even higher than the NASDAQ did. It took a whole nother leg up. But it had the same indecision candle as yesterday, and the first half of today we're starting to sell off. But look at the weekly. The weekly, isn't that kind of funny? It might be back testing that trend line, honestly. Or you could say that this is the new trend line. If I'm already in a buy on the S&P, I'm holding. It hasn't proven to me otherwise. And I'll be honest, until the S&P breaks this, I'm not even looking to get out of a long. Until it breaks below this trend that is starting to form, this is only the second touch on this new trend. Until it breaks that, I'm not too concerned. Zooming out even more on the monthly, look at that. Look at that. High time frame can really tell you a lot on what's going on. We are on a clear uptrend on the S&P. It is just punishing everybody who thinks this market is going to just collapse because they keep trying to short it. They keep opening up short options on it. It is just punishing them over and over and over again. We don't know when the punishment's going to stop. Until I start seeing the buyers getting punished, I'm not interested. Because right now we're still punishing everybody going up. So I'm holding. And when I start seeing this number, then we're punishing the buyers. I'm riding that wave to punish them. I consider this trend line here, which we will color yellow, that is what I'm looking at on the S&P on a high time frame, the monthly time frame. So long as we hold above this trend line, there's no reason for me to consider the S&P going down until that's broken. There's some clear demand zones below us, but until they get tapped, I'm not going to buy. I'm just going to hold. There's no reason to consider yourself a bad person if you sell off up here. You're up in the clouds right now. You don't know if it can collapse. You don't know if it's going to scream up another leg up. But you're way up high in the sky right now. If you're in the money, there's nothing wrong with taking some off the table. This isn't advice. This is just me explaining the thought process I have when I'm looking at the market. I share my experiences. I'll leave it at that. I love everybody. Have a great Wednesday. And we will speak with everybody tomorrow. Peace.